So once you have created these two fields, first one is your text field and second one is your password field. Okay, so this is the password field. So this field is different from our text field. Okay, now suppose let's assume I want to enter three buttons. The buttons are, so what you do, see these components are already there, huh? Whatever the component you want to use. I want to use a component that is your button. The name of that button is, let me add text as login. Got it. Similarly, I want to create one more button that is your my reset button, and third button will be my exit button. So I have created three buttons, and one more thing I just want to add it over there, that is your what else I can add over there. Playlist. Okay, we'll see the functionality of these things. Okay, so see that now the your coding part. Now if you are not having, if you are not having any idea related to how to code, you don't have any idea related to your Java programming language, now you cannot use these such kind of things. You cannot use the functionality of your action listener. So what is your functionality is that whatever the username and password you are writing it, if username and password is getting messed, then in that scenario what you can do, you just click it on your login button and it is going to be login successfully. And in your reset button, what it is going to happen, if you are going to click it on your reset button, then in that scenario what it is going to happen, it is going to reset these two fields. So whatever the syntax you have written over there, it is going to reset it, and in exit button you are going to exit your window. So these are the three functionalities basically you are going to be performed over there. So let's see one by one. So one by one, we are going to perform all these such kind of functionalities using our action listener. So basically what you are doing over there, you are performing event handling right now. Okay, so you are performing event handling right now. So how can you perform these such kind of operation? We are going to see. So first, let's see about related to our reset button. So first what I will do, I just show you how to, if we are going to execute this code. Okay. So once we are going to execute this code, what the form which we have created, see, as you can see over there, this is BU login form. And after that, whatever the username you are writing, suppose I'm writing Mohit and my password is 12345. So see that is the difference between your normal field, text field, and your J password field. Okay, you cannot see the text. Okay. So after that, as you can see over there, if I'm going to click it on this login button, nothing is going to happen. Similarly, reset button, nothing is happening, as well as if I'm going to click it on my exit button, nothing is happening. Okay. So how to basically perform these such kind of operation? Then in that scenario, you have to use a event handler. That is the class which you are going to, that interface which you are going to use over there is related, is known as your action listener. Okay, so what you do over there, you just click it on this reset button. So if you are going to click it over there, then you can see this is the action listener. So now whatever the operation you want to perform, you can perform it after that. Okay, so we have already created. So this is the reset button, and we are separately writing action performed for our this reset button. Okay, so if somebody is going to click on a reset button, then what it is going to happen. So the thing which I want over there is what are my variables through which I am accessing. So yes, as you can see over there, so this is my text field and this is my password field. So through this variable, what I am doing, I am accessing my text field, okay, the text field which I have created. So this over there, what you are doing, you are creating an object of jtext field, and this is a variable. Okay, don't say that this variable of which type. So we have already, I think on the top they have already mentioned over there. Okay, so they have created these two things. Your private jtext field name as your text field. Okay, on the top. So this class reference pointer is your text field is. Now what we want, we just want to erase whatever the thing you have written over there. So in that scenario, what you do, you just go through over there, just whatever the method variable through which you are accessing it, you just write over there this your whatever the name you are having, and then write dot set. See, set. So what do you want to do? You just want to set the text field. Okay, so what text field you want to set? So I have, so generally in your application, the two methods which are very commonly you are going to use, that is your set text as well as your get text. Set text if you want to apply some text. Okay, get text if you want to access that text. So right now what I want to do, I want to apply some text. So what text I want to apply, if you are going to click it on your reset button, that is your null. Okay, so just write null over there. What this thing is going to do, it is going to basically, this is my set text. Okay, this is what it is going to do, it is going to erase whatever the text you have written in your text box. Similarly, in the case of your password field also, same thing, with the help of this variable, just write set text. This is set text. Okay, I want to use null over there. Okay, so these are the things which you can enter it over there. So I want to enter null over there. Now let's see one by one what it is going to happen after that. So again we are executing our code. Okay, same code we are executing it over there. Right now whatever the username I have written, and this is the password I have written. Now if I am going to click on login button again, because we haven't performed any action related to our login button, that is why we are not going to perform any operation, okay, like related to your login button as well as anything. Similarly, if you want to enter, because we have already performed one operation on our set button, so what it is going to happen, if we are going to click it on reset button, see what it is going to do, what it is doing, our JVM, basically this application is doing, it is resetting, okay, whatever the text you have written. So over there what you have done, because you have written set text equals to null, so whenever you want to click on this button, so this button, what is the main functionality of this button, it is going to exit, okay, and sorry, it is going to reset all the things. Okay, now again, now we'll move towards our this button. So we have created one more button, and that is our exit button. And what is the main functionality of our exit button? If you want to close our window, okay, so even this, through this button, if you want to add the functionality of exit button, so as you can also see after this is my button, J button, exit button, and what this button is doing, this button is again calling this action performed method. Okay, so if you want to basically call, and after that what functionality you want to do, you want to basically close your application. So in that scenario you can use a method, I think you have already used, if you have somebody has used this thing, okay, these method. So whenever you are in your program also, whenever you are going to use this method, okay, so this system, and system is a class, and through system what you are doing, you are accessing your static method. So exit is a static method, and the main functionality of exit method is to terminate the program. Okay, so if I have written system.exit, then what it will do, it will basically exit it. Okay, so again what we are going to do, again we are going to exit or execute our program. So we'll see the functionalities of these buttons. So I have written something similarly to our password. So reset, you know that what it will do, it will reset all those things. So if I am going to click it on my exit button, then what will happen? See, our program gets terminated. Okay, so if somebody is going to ask you that you have to also add one button who is going to terminate your application, then what you do inside your action performed method, just write this statement, that is your system.exit method. No worries about that all these things. You can even Google it, and through Google you will find out, like there are many methods. This is not the only way that you can close the window. Okay, there are other ways also through which if you want to close your application, so there are other ways also. Okay, so two operations we have already performed. Now the main component that is there in our program is our login component. Okay, so this is our login component, and what we are going to do, we are going to perform our login component over there. So in our login component, it means we should have something in our. So right now, because we are not using the functionality of our databases, okay. So we are not basically going to perform all these such kind of things. So in that scenario, what you do, if this is my action listener, okay. So I have created this button. So what my this button is going to perform? So the functionality of my login button is to basically check that if that person's username as well as password is this, then you can execute, then you can log in your whatever the thing successfully. Otherwise it will give you an error. Okay, so in that scenario, what you do, so here suppose I have created two string. So I'm telling you what is the need of string variable, why I have created string 1 and a string 2. Okay, so inside our login button, action perform, if you are going to click it on your login button, so if you are going to click it, so over there what I have done, I have created two variables, your str1 as well as str2. And what my str1 is doing, so str1 is basically taking, okay, fetching, accessing the getting the text from my text field. Okay, so what is my text field? Object, sorry, reference pointer. So this is my reference pointer. Okay, so through this pointer, what it is doing, so what you have to do over there, we have used a method that is your set text method. Okay, so over there what we are going to do, we are going to call our get text method. So through this method, what you are going to do, what you can perform, you can get whatever the text that is there. Okay, so if you are in future, if I'm going to print the value of str1, then in that scenario, the output which you are going to get, that whatever the thing you have written in your text field. Okay, similarly in our str2, we want to fetch same thing, that is our password field. Okay, even though it will show some sort of warning, but I have checked that even you can get the text from your password field from this method also. Okay, see, now even though it is showing us this mark, but still you can fetch it. I have checked this thing, so you can use this method in order to access your password field also. Okay, now these two fields are already there. Now what I want, the functionality what I want over there is, if the condition, my condition is if str1, so I think you have already gone through your string, okay, your chapter related to your string. So over there are many methods which you can use in your string. So over there what I want, I would just want to use this method, that is your contains method. Okay, so what is the functionality of your contains method? Contains method is going to tell me about that whether this method is that whether this whatever the text that is there, it is going to be matched with my string. Okay, so even you can use some different string also. You can use equals and all those other method also. I'm not saying that you have to use only contains method. So, but here in my case, I'm using contains method. If you want to use equals method, so you can use equals method also. So what, suppose my username should be if Mohit, and my and so and my string 2 is basically what it is holding my password. So this string is holding my password. So I have written my, let me, I think my, wait, okay. So what this will do, our string 2. So string 2 is basically, again, it is holding my the password. Okay, so
ठीक है.
whatever the, what, yes, any doubt? If you are having any doubt in between, just let me know. Okay. So after that, if you want to write like whatever the thing in your this thing, then again what you are going to do, you have to again write the same thing, that is your contains method. You have to call this method. And suppose I want that my password should be, what should be my password? Okay, so let's, my password should be 12345. Okay, this should be my password. So if this condition is going to be true, okay, so basically you are using your programming now. If you don't have the knowledge of programming, then you cannot perform these such kind of operations. Then what you want, I want to open a dialog box. So for dialog box, the basic, the class through which you can access your dialog box is your J option pane. Okay, so I am going to write J option pane. So this is a class. So what you are doing, this, through this class you are basically calling a method. So this your show message dialog. So there is a message. So let me write show message. I think I can see this thing, show message. So message dialog. Okay, yeah, this one. So message, show message dialog. So I've called this method, that is your show message dialog. And after that, suppose, so there are various different types of methods. Okay, so over there basically we are calling it with our J option pane. It means this show message dialog is of which type. This is a static method. Okay, that is why we can access, we are accessing our show message dialog method with the help of our class name. So basically you are using all those what all the concepts, whatever the concepts that are there over. So you can write this our button login over there. You can just write, so whatever the these are the parameters I am passing. So there are various methods. Okay, so method overloading are basically occurring inside your J option pane. So I just want to enter like login successfully, login. Okay, so I have written this statement and else. What it is going to happen if this will give me if I'm not going to if my username and password are not going to be matched with whatever the text I have already mentioned, or whatever the string I have already mentioned over there, then
Yes.
what it will do, it will again show a message. It will show is invalid username and password.
Excuse sir.
Yes.
Sir, but we have to first create the database in the SQL.
Okay, no, no, I'm going to tell you about that thing, because what I'm going to do, I'm creating two forms. Okay, so first form is not at all related to your database, but your second form is related to your database. Okay, that is why I haven't covered the component, that is your database part. Okay, so in the
Okay.
second form, so once I'm going to create the second form, so for that form, your database is required. So for this form, let's assume I don't want any database. Okay, so that is why I'm not creating any database for that. Okay, so this thing I want to enter, and I also want that whatever the thing, I think we have performed this thing. Okay, so I also want that if your username and password is wrong, so it is going to perform these two operations also. So what I have done over there, my string, so whatever the text you have written over there in your these text boxes, okay, so in our text field box as well as in my pass field box, if these fields are going to be matched by my this password, okay, Mohit as well as 12345, then in that case I'm going to see one dialog box, and that dialog box is going to tell me that okay, your login is you have logged in successfully. While else, if it is not going to be matched either my username as well as password or both, then in that case it is going to display a message, and the message it is going to display me is invalid username and password. And now it is going, after that it is going to show me these two fields. Okay, these two fields, what it is going to do, it is going to erase the content, okay, whatever the text over there. So now again, if I'm going to execute my code, okay, so now I'm writing my username Mohit and my password 12345. So if I'm going to click it on my login button, so you can see a message that is going to be pop up, that the pop-up box, dialog box, which I'm getting it over there, and it is showing me login successfully. Okay, and as you can see over there, so this is the thing which if I want to create it over there, and if I'm writing some, suppose I have written one Mohit 12, then in that case this text is not going to be matched with my this thing, okay, Mohit. Then in that scenario it is going to execute my second statement, this statement. So let me again click on this login button. See, okay, I have to exit it again, I have to execute this code. Okay, so if I have written this and whatever the text if I have written, and if I'm going to click it on my this thing, so as you can see over there, this thing, this dialog box is going to be executed. Okay, invalid username and password. And after that, if I'm going to click it on OK, then because right now my program is in this statement. Okay, which statement? This statement, this statement. So if I'm going to click it on my option pane, then it will execute these two statements. Okay, so we'll see over there. So if I'm going to click it on OK, then you can see my both the text field of my username as well as my password got erased.